All right, so we're gonna get into today's moves on the market. It's Monday, 2nd of March, so first trading day of the new month. Yeah, lovely. I didn't take any trades. I'm gonna get into my reasoning why, and yeah, pretty much. I'm still getting a hang of TradeZella at the moment. So for today, I made my notes. Can I view that in the notebook? Probably easier to do it like that, I guess. Day view. Can I do view my day instead? Is that better? Yeah, that's better. Okay. So, yeah, new week after all the war stuff kicking off between, Israel, America, and Iran. I was cautious coming into the week due to unpredictability. Big moves over the weekend like that can create big shifts in the markets when it opens. Um, and pretty much what I've done here is my daily checklist. I've updated it for the 8 a.m. break and retest, and yeah, pretty much there just wasn't the setup today. The bullish draw that I wanted to see taken um, got taken, but there was no opportunity to enter. Um, so we're pretty much going to get into it. Marked out the 8 a.m. 15-minute candle here, as you can see. Price broke above that initially from 8:15 and then traded back down into this sort of range here, back to the midpoint, but traded down past the midpoint. We got a little retest at 9:05, and yeah, price is either gonna fill this imbalance here that I've marked out. Switch that to a fair value gap. Feels weird now. It's like lighter when I'm recording these. What the fuck? And yeah, pretty much it was either the London low or the Asia high that were going to be the targets. And as you can see, like I say, 5-minute fair value gap filled before market open. At market open, price will go into the 1 minute, ripped up, created a fair value gap at the midpoint, which I was potentially looking for a retest before going long, but absolutely no chance there. And yeah, the Asia high got taken at 9:50. So no trades today. Market open after war news, caution, and no setup for opening range break and retest. Asia high taking 9:50. That's pretty much my notes today. We got the big opening gap. Price sort of consolidated through here a little bit, but if we look at what we're looking for in the model, there was a short that you could have taken, but the draw just like it wasn't enough for the risk to reward. If we went for, say the entry would have been at 803. If we went for 13, when we're talking about 893, you could have gone for 10 points for a 2-to-1. But that's not. It is part of the model. It's the same like entry criteria, but normally I'd be looking at a 3-to-1. So it's just one of those. Price could have gone either way. I was very cautious today. Plus, it's Monday. And initially, I was kind of thinking that the Asia high looked like a better draw than the London low, purely because it was right by the opening gap. And yeah, it would just make more sense that, everyone would be like trying to short the market, like this happened here when it opened last night. And then, everyone just gets swept out. Or not swept out, but just completely baited and switched. It would just make sense for price to be bullish today. I mean, especially as well since like with the US, they're the ones that have kind of been dominating this on behalf of who. But yeah, I mean, it's one of those. No trades today. I think we had a bit of red folder, but before we look at that, I need to update daily checklist tasks. Ultimately, it's to see what it plays out. Nothing A plus presents itself. I did have a bit of slight FOMO kicking in at 9:12, with the midpoint being retested before the open. And what I'm looking to do this month is just become a bit more comfortable with just missing opportunities. Say if Uh, Say if price does retest before the open, then being comfortable with not taking that trade just because it happened, but being comfortable also waiting for the open because you get more clarification at that point. And I do want to reduce the number of trades that I'm taking this month. I took 14 trades in January, 14 trades in February, and ultimately, if I just take in like the first three trades of each month, then I would be up like 10% on the year. So it is what it is. Just a little target for myself, just less trades this month, and especially with TradeZella, you know, I've got the picture of each month that I can see all the trades that I'm taking, etc. Um, yeah, stayed on top of this today, staying focused, most likely nothing doing. And then this was after market open, no trades, price jumped up from the open, no opportunity to enter. And yeah, like I said, Asia high taken at 950. Now, this daily checklist thing that I've got going on, it's just like the rules for the 8 a.m. break and retest. Mark out the range, mark out previous session highs and lows, check the volume per 5 minute candle before open, wait for the breakout. Is there a midpoint retest or three candles respecting at the top or below the range, depending on if we're bullish or bearish? Stop loss on TP placed with a 3-to-1 risk to reward. And then this would be if I was to take the trade, TP or SL done for the day, doesn't matter which one, or if there's no trade. So, yeah, that's pretty much that. I think this is just prep. I don't know. Show result. What does this do? Okay, so it's just pretty much a recap of the day. So ultimately, yeah, like I say, not much going on for today. The month stays blank. Got notes there. Um, and yeah, I'm looking forward to seeing how this plays out over the course of the month. Um, I mean, ideally, seeing it like this will just hold me more accountable. Um, I dropped a full February recap video yesterday, so that's on the channel live at the moment. And in terms of news, you know, I think the war news now, at least for the next few weeks, is going to take precedence over, you know, budget release or like non-farm employment change. Like I feel like just with the severity that it is at the moment, obviously it's like difficult to really gauge it just because you never really can trust what you see on the news. You can never really like know just to an extent how serious something is by what you see on the TV. It's like it's always been the same with like propaganda and old news with like World War II and stuff. Like it all depends. So we just have to play each day by ear. And this month especially, we're going to be trading. Well, I'm going to be trading with a lot more caution. Um, in terms of eToro, my investment portfolio has jumped a pretty sweet amount. Positions in Chevron and Nordic American tankers have pretty much skyrocketed with the news of the war. Lockheed Martin has also jumped quite a bit. I've only got like a very minimal shareholding in Lockheed Martin, so it's like I don't know, like 0.2 of a share, which is like £5 P&L at the moment. But yeah, Chevron, I've got a bit of a bigger holding, and as you can see, I think we hit all-time highs. Yeah, we hit all-time highs on Chevron today. So I've been dollar cost averaging through like from 2023 all the way up to now. So that's a nice position. Take two coming back as well. As you can see on the weekly chart, we had a big sell-off, but now we are coming closer to GTA. It's sort of recovered a little bit. I picked up another share and a half, like around, where was it? Like around this sort of range here, around 204, 202. So that holding's looking pretty sweet. Palantir, I'm still down quite a bit, but Yeah, Nordic American tankers. It's been pretty much like a big. Oh, you can't even. How do I take that off? Yeah, Nordic American tankers has been quite a big holding for me in terms of dividends. Um, you can see here sitting around $5.98 share price. My initial entry was around like what is that, 2024, maybe 2023? Yeah, so I think my initial entry was around like 2023. Um, and then it sort of just sold off for a bit and was hanging around just under $3 for a while. Added again at 365 as we saw price sort of gaining some bullish momentum, and then with this news, as you can see in the last couple of weeks, like it's just sort of skyrocketed a bit. Well, not skyrocketed. It's gone from $3.50 to $6. But it's still nice to see that happening after holding for so long. Um, but yeah, it's all relative. Like these are just long term holds for me. I won't be. I don't know. I'll figure out if I'm gonna sell them at some point. But most likely long term holds. MicroStrategy in the pan at the moment, but I think with Bitcoin seeing some resurgence, we could see strategy possibly on a recovery road. Like it has been selling off for a while, and it is obviously like a leveraged Bitcoin instrument slash company. So it's just like you're basically investing in leveraged Bitcoin. Um, but if you believe in Bitcoin in the long term, then we could see prices come back up. Even if we reach like 300 again, that's still quite a nice return. Which isn't like it's not impossible to see that happening. Gold as well, absolutely spiked over this news of the war. As you can see, we jumped from 5.2 all the way up to what is that, 5,420. Selling off a bit. I'd imagine this would be people continuing to sell, and we'd probably come down here a little bit around 5.1 before continuation. But then again, yeah, I'm just sort of filling this video with some other stuff at the moment just because there was no trades today. The weekly chart in the S&P continues to look very, very choppy. Nonetheless, we will see how we go into Tuesday and Wednesday. Don't think I'm going to trade Thursday, Friday this week. I think Tuesday, Wednesday will be my favored days. I did manage to find my my reports. Where was it? Compare calendar reports, day and time. No data to analyze. Interesting. What's going on here? Oh, all right, there we go. Take that filter off. There we go. So this is what I was looking for in my monthly recap. Best performing day Wednesday, 35 trades. Least performing day Thursday, 38 trades. So most active days Thursday, and yeah, it's interesting to actually see that from all the way back from like 2025. Um, Wednesday seems to really be the day that works well. Um, Monday's kind of okay depending on the price action, but yeah, very, very interesting. Obviously, this is like stats all the way back from when I first opened the live account, so it's kind of a bit, not a bit skewed, but like it's accurate. But since then I've changed models, and yeah, I think it's just time to bring a bit more consistency to my trading, considering like it's been a while that I've been doing this, and if I am going to see improvement, then really the best way to do that is just stick to one edge and just execute. So yeah, I think that's going to do it for me today. S&P, are we going to sell off from here? That is the question. Are we going to continue up, or are we selling off? We will find out. So with all that being said, trade smart, trade safe, have a good week, and yeah, catch you tomorrow.